Em, nos quedamos en...
Íbamos como en la 11, ¿no? Algo así, ya casi acabamos el participante, ¿te acuerdas?
Oh, ya.
Ujú. Sí, estoy viendo que la... No, pues sí, nomás faltan dos.
Okay. Well, actually, one, because number 13 is, I guess, it's reference.
Reference.
Okay.
Oh, ya.
Okay.
But I don't know if at the end of the activity we will need to upload something. Maybe a
No,
kind of summary. I don't know.
we are going to discuss in the next
In
class
group.
with
Okay.
all the whole class, I think.
Oh, okay. So, like explaining to the other team about the.
What do we understand?
Mhm.
I think.
Okay.
Here, teacher can upload the teachers.
Well, obviously you have to think about them, but I realize that many teachers do what they feel comfortable, but you have to make sure that they are learning by putting quizzes and making CCQs.
And ICQs, like the both of them.
Yeah, in here, Genesis to put you about what they say, what uh it says like to the parachute teacher is that in the beginning of the presentation, um we have that like a group they want to do like the parachute, okay, and a teacher was teach them how to fold the parachute, but the teacher skip steps to how to fold a parachute. That is why is the question, what did your students let me see, what did your students learn? And he will say like, oh, I mean, they learn how to follow parachute. But that is that the question is, how do you know? Because you skip steps, and it's like you are not really sure if your students like know how to do it. Because yesterday we were talking about that he skipped steps. So imagine that you like jump and like the parachute is like this. So instead of be like in a good position, you are like on your left or on your right. Okay, that is why is the question. How do you know? If you were that teacher, how would you know if the students like know how to follow parachute? So,
I think the teacher maybe can know maybe by asking them again about steps. It's like his think that maybe he can understand if they know or not, if they are learning or not.
maybe he can like double check like, okay, so
Yeah.
let's like fold the parachute one more time, and he will notice like how it is, and maybe that he will notice that it's not okay to skip a step because they don't know how to do it. But I don't know, maybe will be
Now we We are going to
see
check
the next
next.
display, the next presentation.
Okay.
Who we are as teacher? Who we are as teachers?
No se puede.
Déjame lo cierro porque comparto el otro y regresa al mismo. Aquí está. Ya. Who we are as a teacher.
Son más displays, son 17.
Sí.
A ver, pero creo que está bien. Pay attention to the following situation. Our teachers make a difference. Mira qué bien.
¿Qué is going to skydive? John called over my plane tomorrow. He's thinking about July. Okay.
Very well.
Okay, the teacher lectures and demonstrate. Voy a poner negritos porque no veo.
Sí, está muy clarito. Ahí está.
Ahí está.
The teacher lectures and demonstrates the steps of folding a parachute, but time was short, so some steps are skipped. When the teacher was asked how the students did in the class, he said they did well. He showed them most of the steps and explained clearly how to fold the parachute. When he asked the students, do you understand now how to fold your parachute? Some students nodded yes. Others just say there. The teacher assumed they all understood. But you know, this is a very critical activity because if you do not fold your parachute in the proper way, you could not be surviving when you jump out of the plane.
Yeah, and you also need to repeat maybe the instruction twice, or also let them do it with you. Or let the student do it. So maybe
without skipping any step.
Yeah.
But this happens like every day when we are kids. Like the teacher say, any doubt or something, and we just yeah, it's okay. But sometimes we keep with doubts or
we keep questions.
And we don't ask. Maybe when we are kids, we are like shy or something. And we don't ask for the fear or something.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't ask for help. What do you think?
La cara del monito cuando saltó.
Sí.
Oh, you what? Where?
Have like a good English, or to identify the verb, or identify what is the question saying.
Key point. So if you made a mistake, maybe you cannot correct it, and that will be your last mistake.
Okay, the second question. Why were you not sure that Andres' parachute will open? It's because he don't follow
The instructions.
the steps, like step by step.
Yeah.
You skip some steps.
Yeah, that's very dangerous.
But the fault is about the teacher, no?
The
Well,
teacher.
from one part, because as Andrea say, if you do not ask as a student, if you do not ask, another part of the fault is with you.
But it says that was about the time, I think, no?
Sí.
The time was short.
But time was
steps
short.
are skipped.
Yeah, but it's a critical activity, so you need time enough. Otherwise, it will be better to do nothing if you are not going to explain it clearly.
Or maybe before going to the plane, in this case, do it again. Let the students do it. Okay, follow your parachute, and then the next step, and see which student is doing it right, which one is doubts or problems, and help each other. So do like a second prueba. Yeah.
Yeah, a second attempt.
Yeah, attempt.
And you know, concerning with this activity, it is very dangerous because besides that you have to know how to fold your parachute, you need to make a lot of exercise concerning with your legs. I mean, you need to have very strong legs and very flexible, because if you are not prepared in that way, when you are landing, you could break one of your legs.
Yes, you can get injured. Have a
Yeah, very easily.
Okay, but the thing here is where you don't like learn properly, and you don't ask.
Yeah, you have to ask just in time. I mean, in the moment.
Yeah, the teacher asks, "Do you understand now how to fold your parachute?" Some students nodded yes, others just sat there. The teacher assumed that they all understood. I don't know if the fault is the teacher or is the timing, or maybe because the students don't ask about.
I think it's so. I think the teacher is getting too comfortable that, oh yeah, the students say yes, they understand, but they need she needs to be sure that they understand. For example, like our teachers, before going to a breakout room, they ask us, okay, are we going to open the parachute when I'm in the plane or when I'm in the sky. Like tricky questions, difficult questions. Just to make sure that they understand. Do I don't know, an attempt that in the ground, for example, like in the class, do an activity that is similar that they are going to see in the exam, for example, but with other names, other numbers, I don't know.
Okay.
So they have an idea.
Like a drill, to make a drill.
Like a drill.
In order to prepare yourself for the whole activity. Okay.
Okay, what about this question?
What
would you say to this teacher?
Well, I will say that I have to do it again, over and over until I understand.
And that is a learner, right?
Right, learner.
And we have being a student learning, there is engaging all our students in the learning process.
Right, so like this one involves more like the environment, and the second one will be that you have to make sure that everyone is
like in the same page.
Right.
Okay, I get it now. And in here, let us more them creating a student-centered context for learning. I think it's an exaggeration, but that there is a lot of truth. It's saying that when you go to school, trauma is that you must stop learning and you must now accept being the. And okay, we finish with this one. Now it's about teachers' roles. We have, okay, before the class, the teacher is a planner who plans what to teach, how to teach, and what result to achieve. After the class, the teacher is an evaluator who evaluates not only how successful he has conducted the class, but also how efficient the learning activities have been. Okay, we have the facilitator. Genesis, can you please read it?
Sure, it's according to Harmer, the term facilitator is used by many authors to describe a particular kind of teacher, one who is democratic, where the teacher shares some of the leadership with the students, rather than autocratic, where the teacher is in control of everything that goes in the classroom, and one who fosters learner autonomy, where the students not only learn on their own, but also take responsibility for the learning throughout the use of group and pair work, and by acting as more of a resource than a transmitter of knowledge.
Okay, well, in here is that we were talking like in the other like slide. So here is like, I think it's like 50-50 because it says that like with autonomy, that is that the students not only learn on their own, but also take responsibility for the learning. In the facilitator, we also have like 3 different kind of teachers. So the one who like know like all the time what to know, what to do, sorry. The one that control everything in the classroom, and the one that make the students like learn by their own. Which one do you feel more comfortable with? with kind of like the facilitator teacher.
I will choose facilitator. I mean, like the democratic facilitator.
Mhm. I don't know. Maybe I will say that I'm like a mix of the three. Yeah, because I want to my students to be like autonomy, like to they, for example, if we are saying the topic, that they just identify like what is the topic about, or that if they know any information about the topic, they can let me like know that I'm kind of like too like of democratic, because I like say like, hey, do this, and all the students follow me, and actually like control everything. I control that uh that we only talk about the class, that we don't talk about something else, I think. And you, Hassan?
Yeah, I think maybe as it depends because sometimes like we have to be autocratic because sometimes if we give freedom to students, maybe sometimes they will not be able to finish the task, and sometimes like we have to give them like steps or what.
Do you first see if students know the answer? Do you explain, or
No.
do you see first see if the students know the answer?
Mm,
We can start with a question
yeah.
to see if the students know something about the topic,
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then explain it.
Okay, just to see the level of the
Yeah.
student.
The level of knowledge, into maybe a student has an idea of what the grammar is going to be,
Uh-huh.
and if you don't see that the students are getting it, but the student that does know a little bit knows,
Yeah.
maybe he or she will explain it to the classmates so
Mm-hmm.
they can get it.
Yeah. Yeah, because maybe they have a little background concerning with the topic.
Mhm. There's something uh, here in the presentation, but it doesn't see my student talk down here. That one.
My students told 80% of the time, and I told 20%.
Mhm.
Okay.
Students talk 80% of the time, and I talk 20%.
Well, I don't think in an English class they talk. I think the other way. The teacher talks 80% and the students talk 20%. If it's
Mhm.
like a beginner, intermediate level, the teacher is still talking. Maybe in an advanced level.
No, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe in an advanced level, maybe 50-50, but
Or yeah, your participation as a teacher will be the minimum,
Yeah.
being with an advanced level.
Mhm.
Okay.
when the plan
Yeah. In the first question, the orange, I do think about me, like how I'm going to, if I'm going to be in a difficult moment where the students don't understand me, and I have to think in a plan B, in another way to explain it, or maybe if I don't know, very dramatic, but if I get sick and I don't go to the class, to make sure that the lesson plan is understandable for the teacher that is going to supply me.
Okay, yeah. The substitute.
So I think I obviously think for the students, but I also think for myself too.
Okay, and when we do a lesson plan, um, we don't we or no, ¿cómo les digo? Like we need to think not just on ourselves.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
we need, yeah, we need to think about the students and how they learn, and not the way, not the easy way for us to do the class.
Yeah, I think that when you are doing a lesson plan, you need to be very clear to write it down, understanding that anybody, I mean, another teacher could use it without any problem, without any doubt, because it is clear.
Yeah.
I mean, the lesson plan will not be only for you. It has to be like a universal lesson plan for anybody, for any teacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the parachute teacher, I might ask, what did your students learn? He might say they learned how to fall a parachute. I would then ask him, how do you know? How do you think he will answer? Yeah, that's what I was saying, that the teacher of the parachute, or the instructor, because it wasn't a teacher, it was an instructor. He just assumed, oh yeah, I said the instructions, I demonstrate to them, but I didn't make sure that they really know how to do it, because
Yeah.
I guess, and I think that in a skydiving part, they are going to give you the parachute. Okay, do it with me. Fold the parachute this way, and then do this, and then do that. So they see, and they do a drill.
Yeah, right, right.
So the instructor of the parachute did not do that.
So
He just
the evidence will be to perform a drill in front of the instructor, one of the students.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can choose a student in a random way to fall the parachute.
I think in this in this teacher, the students sorry, the teacher is the one who is like, hey, participate, or the one that makes the student feel comfortable in the classroom, because what the teacher wants is to like that the students participate and like make suggestions about how they can do the activity. I don't know, probably could be like a little bit of, I don't know if I say right, like a little bit of facilitator here, but
Yeah,
not really.
and this is the one like who provides activities in group, I mean in teams or in pairs, and then you can go around them. And if you notice that they are not they are like not doing well, the prompt we help.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that is the same that we are doing now in this classroom management. It's like as we are doing the activity and teacher goes like from one room to another. And something like when we are like in a main session, if she heard one of us like saying something, and we, I remember like last time when we discussed about having a plan B, all of us was thinking like having a plan B by having your plan, your lesson plan. If that it doesn't work, maybe you have a plan B. At the end, she was explaining that it's not just about planning. So we have to think about the activity. What if that's happened? Like it's same as a promote promoter,
Mhm.
yeah, as a facilitator, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Then we have the resources, resource. We have the teacher is the kind of walking resource center ready to offer help if needed or provide learners with whatever language they lack when performing communicative activities. The teacher, we have the teacher must make himself available so that the learners can consult him, her when and only it is necessary. As a result, the teacher can guide learners to use available resources such as the internet themselves. It certainly isn't necessary to spoon feed learners, as this might have the downside of making learners reliant on the teacher. Mm, okay, and here is basically that the teacher use is around like to check in or provide like a little bit of help, but the students are the ones who are doing all the work. So it's like if they have doubts, they can go to the teacher, or if they have questions, the teacher can help. But the teacher is just a provider. I don't know if I explained or if you understand well.
Yeah, we.
Yeah. You explained so well.
It's like in first information that happened to us like sometimes when we are trying to say an idea and sometimes we forget about a word or something like that and we say to say how we say that and you say yeah that's like is just like is there for us in case that we don't know how to say or to pronounce any word maybe she can help us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but like, for example, in this moment, we are talking if, and I mean, the teacher is here. If we don't understand something or if we have doubts, the teacher can tell us. But I guess it's good because the students can like think outside the box and give like their own like ideas about it, and could be like students help each other.
Yes.
We can take have mistakes and everything is okay. We are improving every day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I think maybe with the last sentence that you do not agree, maybe an example could be the following. Suppose that you are a translator, okay? But that you are translated the speaking that somebody is doing in English to Spanish live. So maybe if you are not, o sea, I assume that you know a lot of English and you know how to speak it fluency, but if you do not know a little bit about the topic, or if you, as a translator, didn't read something of the written message before you begin your activity, maybe you could be, you can feel not too comfortable in the moment you are translating his lecture, and maybe you could be sending another message than than the original one written by the author of the lecture.
But we are learning.
Mhm.
We're still learning.
Oh yeah, well, I mean when you are a professional translator, so
Yeah,
that you are performing your activity.
in a professional situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, in this case, it's okay to make mistakes
Hmm.
and to see that your results
Hmm.
are improving or not. So
We learn from mistakes too.
Yeah,
yeah.
every day, every day.
Mhm. And we can't like make mistakes when we we fold a parachute.
Yeah.
Being a student learner center versus being a student learning
Que no hay nada, que
center.
hay algo. No. Aquí hay algo.
Oh, being teacher centered versus being student centered.
Ah, mm, student learner
Mm,
learning teacher center. I don't understand this. Why learner or student learning? In like focus the people knowing the knowledge or
yeah, I think that it's saying that learner,
Mhm.
it's that you are getting more attention to the maybe the little mistakes and to I don't know, like more attention to the process of the learning of the student. And with the learning, it's just like maybe like a normal class of English or any language. Is that maybe the teacher is not going to be going student by student asking, are you having questions? Did you finish the activity? I don't know, things like that. I think that is the difference, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, maybe when when you are a student learning center, is because you are learning by means of a lot of practice or exercise or drillings. And being a student learner center, that means that you could be learning, but in a passive way. I don't know.
Yes, but I don't understand.
No, I'm not like clear with this.
Yeah,
We
me
need to talk about
Okay.
either.
being oh being
Being a student
student.
learner center is creating a safe learning environment. Physical space comfort, emotional comfort, psychological comfort, even making learning fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was kind of similar what Alejandro said, passive, more calm. Yeah, like
Like at the Suggestopedia.
Yeah, like communicative learning. Which one? Communicative learning. Teaching, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that is, or is the other one? I don't remember.
Okay.
One of those are like this one, like come and
Okay.
look for the students' needs,
Uh-huh.
make
Yeah.
it fun.
Mm-hmm. So you could be learning, but in a passive way.
Yes.
And what about the other display, Lucis? The next one.
Before.
Being a student learning, engaging all of our students in the learning process.
Mhm.
But to do that is like performing. Well, to me, performing anything concerning with the topic that you are teaching.
Oh, ya se nos va a cerrar.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Okay.
All right. Okay, so we pretty much, did you guys finish? I was checking Alejandro's group and they were pretty much finishing this last slide. Aster, Hassan, and Genesis, did you finish yours?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. So what we're gonna do tomorrow, what I'm going to suggest, I guess, is if you can, well, do it more like if you can, like more like do it. Read, go back to the presentation and just, I don't want you to do anything like writing or anything, but maybe taking notes on the things that you consider you want to discuss tomorrow, like specific points that were not very clear, and we're gonna bring them tomorrow, and we're gonna have a huge Q&A session for us to be talking about the specific points that you still want to like discuss a little bit more.
Okay.
And that's gonna be it. I just gonna tell you, you know what? Read this, and tomorrow we're gonna discuss it. Okay? That would be everything that you have to do for tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll tell you about the next assignment. Okay?
Okay.
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 All right. So
Thank
for now,
you.
that's it, guys. Thank you for coming, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you,
Have a
teacher.
wonderful
Thank you,
day.
Miss. Have a good day.
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
too.
Bye.
Bye bye.